Welcome to another edition of Swim Easy Speed. Today we're going to look at an athlete that sent in this video on the triathlon forum on Reddit and was asking for some help or just some pointers. So we'll start to take a look. So the first thing we can see is, his arms are pretty straight on the recovery. In and of itself, that's not a bad thing. He just looks kind of stiff in general. And if you can notice how besides, this kind of guy that's swimming on the wrong side of the pool. But if you can, just see him in general, how the stroke just looks, it looks a little awkward. And typically we see, when swimmers look a little bit awkward, it doesn't look like the stroke is connected to the kick. It's not connected to the core really. That's when we know that, the athlete just needs to start swimming more. They probably haven't been swimming that long or, maybe only a couple times a week and not really pushing themselves. And it's in that, focused effort over and over again where we can typically find some real benefit to our swimming. And it's, in some ways, it's the only way that you're going to be able to improve your technique is if you improve your fitness as well. So, what we kind of see here is, you can see the feet come apart. That's always an indication of instability in the stroke. It came after the breath. So he's probably rotating a little bit too much onto his side to get the breath, or the core is not engaged enough. You could also see right there, it's right there. You can see this hip kind of going out. And there's a little bit of curve right there. Again, just pointing out that the core isn't engaged enough. So if we look here, let's take a look at the breath on this side. Yeah, he's getting, both goggles are coming out of the water here. This is really rotating this way. It looks like his hips are almost on the side. So that's going to create some instability in the stroke, which is going to rob him of efficiency and power. So this was kind of a short clip underwater. And what we can see here is, he's okay right there. It looks like it might be a little bit wide. And then the one thing that we can see on this side is when he's pulling on the right, you can see how far this hand comes underneath his body. So if we figure, midline is right here, he's crossing that midline, and that's where you're going to give up a lot of power on the water. So one of the ways to figure that out is if you can point your fingertips down towards the bottom of the pool the whole time, that can usually help. The other thing that you want to take a look at is right here, where you want to throw that water to the wall behind you. You can see as he's rotating, he's starting to just slip that hand in the back. See how it's not really driving towards the back, and it's already starting to turn inward. So now the water's kind of going that direction. You can see the feet coming apart here. And then he just slides that hand out of the water sideways with the feet coming way, way apart. So, he's giving up on some propulsion, and then he's creating a lot of drag in his stroke. Now, there are some things that he's doing pretty well. So if we look at going back to kind of watching him swim here, and here you can see, yeah, it looks like probably right. It's tough from this angle, but you can see right there, again, looks like that's probably going that direction. It would help, though, if he got the core to engage more. Again, just swim more in the water. Yeah, it looks like a little bit too much rotation, because you can see how much those feet come apart there from that rotation from the breath. I think that's probably why that looked a little strange underwater. He's breathing a little late, so the hand is already pulling here, and it's way kind of outside way out where a midline would be, so you figure midline's kind of pointed over that direction. He's not able to get much right down there on that hand. There's really no way to lever the water, just because he's put himself way outside of the position to lever the water. Be like trying to lift yourself out of the pool by putting your arms way, way, way far away from your shoulders and lifting up. There just isn't any leverage. So, one of the things that he could do that would probably help with some flexibility, mobility would be fingertip drag. And that's where you get those elbows a little bit higher, helps with some shoulder mobility, get a little bit more bend, and then, kick with the brick. The other thing with the crossover that he's got going on at the top of the stroke on the entry, he could do more of a position 11 drill. I'll link video or put links in the bottom to drills that he can do in the description. So if you have any questions or need anything else, please let me know. Again, thanks for tuning in, and I hope to see you in the pool soon.